Good afternoon and good evening to everyone, and thank you for joining me over here today. I'm Meenakshi Oberoi, and it gives me great pleasure to meet you here each time we host a session. And the overwhelming response that we get during, I guess I should start with before the session, during the session, and post the session just helps us keeps us going. With me, I have my partner in crime, Duita Parmar, who is here to help me run this session, moderate this session. And you know, she's very vigilant. She will always keep an eye on the chat window. Therefore, please do use the chat window to say or share anything that you would like to. We have loads packed for you today because Microsoft Education is always, up to something new, and we always have something new to bring back to you as well. Before I do anything else, ask over here to please, Duhita, to please introduce herself. Thank you.
Thank you, Meenakshi ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dohita Parmar from Deep Pedagogics, and we'll look forward to your queries and doubts and your thoughts, especially in the chat window. Please do go ahead and share your thoughts. We'll be more than happy to address them. Thank you. And also, we would love to know from where you are joining in with us. It's always a pleasure to know you. So, do introduce yourself in the chat window as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Duhita. And yes, please do keep the chat window alive. It's absolutely great to know which part of the country are you joining from. Additionally, also share with us if you have any requests or anything that you would want to hear about. We always bring you topics that are relevant and that make sense in a classroom. So if there is some requirement or if you feel that you need to learn more about any particular topic, do let us know and we would love to bring it to you. So please allow me to begin with today's topic, that is reading coach for schools. And Microsoft has been announcing the next wave of AI innovations from Microsoft Education. These batch of innovations are going to help us unlock productivity and personalized learning. So I'm here today to bring to you how Microsoft tools that have just been released that are powered by generative AI are going to transform the way we are going to read from this summer on. Summer vacations are around the corner. Maybe some of you are already into those summer vacations. Therefore, it's a good time to catch up on these experiences. We all understand and appreciate that today's reader is tomorrow's leader. Student success and confidence in life can actually depend on their ability to read. And it is well known that reading is foundational to a student's academic success. Even studies have shown that fluent readers are 4 times more likely to graduate from high school and get better jobs than the ones who lack the reading fluency. Both educators and parents alike, I know we've heard from so many of you, are always looking for ways to help students improve their reading fluency in a way that keeps them engaged and it doesn't become boring for them. And also, in a way, it is most personalized. Imagine a personalized reading experience. Can you? I think I don't even need to say it, but that's going to be one of the most effective ways in which we will be able to get our students interested in learning more. And with the latest in AI technology, we have this opportunity to provide our learners with personalized, engaging, and transformative reading experience using Reading Coach. I'm going to take you through many things, but for those of you who are relatively new, I'm going to pause here to actually help introduce reading progress. Please note, as a part of Microsoft Teams, which is available to you even in Microsoft A1 licenses that are free of cost. There are additional benefits for A3 and A5 users. However, even if you are a baseline user, this is an amazing tool that is built within Microsoft Teams. So, as a part of assignments in Microsoft Teams, under Learning Accelerators, you will find reading progress available. I will be taking you to the app showing you everything, where it resides, how to create and do what I'm going to do, because just talking with slides will not suffice today. But before I go there, I want to talk more about, what is it that we can do to actually make these tools available to our students, and why should we be making them available? We all have understood that English is our vehicle of learning. We all teach and learn in English medium schools. Our students have to write their exams or anything that they want to convey their understanding in. It is going to be in English language. Therefore, it becomes just about extremely important that we are able to provide our students opportunities to practice reading. And reading coaching teams is one of the best ways in which we can do that. Also, those of you who are familiar, immersive reader is also built in. So students can actually, on their own, with just about gentle guidance from you and from the inbuilt, um, I would say the tool or the tutor, they will be able to help with pronunciation, syllabification, reading speed, and vocabulary recall. That together is going to make up into improving their reading fluency. Reading coach is particularly helpful in supporting these students with a range of learning differences. You have varied ability of speaking to the device reading to you, that is speech to text and text to speech, both abilities are available. Therefore, this is something that is very, very powerful. While I talk about that, what does it help? To any of the learners in any age, whether they are early readers or K to 5 or 6 to 8, or language learners, that is not non-native speakers, or even special education, foreign language, fluency checks that happen in grade 9 and 10, and adult literacy. With all of this, independent practice is one thing that is the key. And Reading Coach has immersive reader built within. Therefore, on Word or OneNote, you can allow the learners to engage in independently exploring or experiencing this reading experience, and then they can come to reading progress and do their assignment. Give them any passage. Learners can practice reading fluency on any passage. All they need to do is choose the right thing. So let's say if there were an app, I were to choose a character of my choice, setting of my choice, and an original piece comes up. Wouldn't that be absolutely amazing? I'm sure even you must be curious right now to see, really, can that happen? Well, without further ado, definitely it can. Reading Progress, this has just been released, and you're lucky to hear it just as it has been released. AI passage generation has been released, and we're very excited to share that there are new capabilities for this AI passage generation. Teachers can now generate a passage directly in Reading Progress. I know many of the teachers used to say, okay, but then we'll have to go and look for the passage. No more. You can actually go ahead and allow the Reading Progress to generate an original passage for you. This will allow you to leverage the insights to personalize learning based on the needs of your class and your students and the topic that you are teaching. So passage generation offers multiple things. You can actually select a topic, age, length, language, anything that you want, and you can easily adjust the complexity level of the text as well. Like it? Oh, I think you must be loving it. You're right now looking at just about some screens changing. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how this is done. However, I want to first introduce these capabilities. And I know many of you who are MI experts must have jumped into their teams to actually try this. You have to try this. It is totally, totally worth trying. Guess what? It just doesn't stop there, because there is AI comprehension question generation also that is possible. If you remember the last time when we met and we spoke about, yay, it really needs a round of applause. So, last time when we met, that time I told you that this is going to be launched in the month of May, and Microsoft has always kept their promise. So comprehension, we all know, is critical pillar for reading fluency. Reading is one thing, understanding it is another one, right? But often it requires considerable amount of time and thought from us to create those questions. Goodness, you and I know what a task it is to completely create a new question paper each time. Guess what? That's what AI is here for. So, to better support you, Microsoft has built in this new feature which can generate comprehension questions based on a specific passage. If I were you, I would simply just copy a passage from the textbook or from any article or from a newspaper or from anywhere that I can lay my hands on, paste it here, and ask this tool to actually generate comprehension questions for me. And you can choose the number of questions that you want, and then you can review them if you want to make changes in the vocabulary, the words used, whatever you want. So make those necessary edits and publish them to students. Lovely, no? I'm loving the bounce of claps that is coming in. I'm absolutely loving it because the minute it came, me too. I was in the same boat. I was simply looking at a roar of claps coming in. Well done, Microsoft. This is what we needed. Guess what? It doesn't stop here. Yes, take here as I amaze you more. Yasmin, I know you've raised your hand. So if you want to ask a question, Doita ma'am will unmute you in a minute. Allow me to please. Okay, wait. Let me actually pause here to take your question. Tuita ma'am, if you can help Yasmin ma'am, please.
Yashmin ma'am, you need to unmute yourself, please.
And if you did that by mistake, we totally understand. It happens. When you're about to clap and excitement, you simply just raise your hand. If you want to say something, you may say. Otherwise, we can move onwards. Okay, Rashmi ma'am, I see three hands raised.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good
I'm
evening, Rashmi ma'am.
ma'am. I'm unable to send messages on the chat box.
No problem. You can tell me here, ma'am.
So I just wanted because everyone was sending messages and I'm unable to send messages. That's why I thought I
Probably. Yeah. I would recommend if you could use Microsoft Teams app. It happens when your organization doesn't give you that right. From our end, there is no challenge, ma'am. Might be at
yeah.
your end as
Ma'am. I have joined from Microsoft Teams only.
yeah. So your organization might not have given you rights. However, we are here. You may want to share anything. You can always share it here. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Most welcome. Yeah. I
Meenakshi ma'am, you need to unmute yourself, please. Can't hear you. Thank you.
sorry. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, great. So here we are. We have introduced just about two things, but I'm going to move ahead. Yasmin, ma'am, at any point, in case you have any questions, we'll pause. Okay, let's move to the next thing in generative AI. Well, assignments are all good, but what about instructions? You can always write the topic, and then when you have to write instructions, you get thinking, don't you? For assignments, instructions, what is being examined is the information that you're giving. Multiple suggestions will be popping up as you write. Now, do you see that? What will happen is the minute you write over there, you will have suggestions on how to enrich the content, such as adding more details, adding learning objectives, emphasizing on key concepts, and even making your assignment more interesting. So the educators always have the choice and they can generate different options after the content is created and can always make further edits or updates as you like it. Isn't it absolutely fascinating? Imagine how rich this assignment has become and how there's over here, as an example, is just started as understanding probably radiations, right? And you write something very simple. You write something like, sorry, you write something very simple like, in this assignment, I want students to do this, this, and this. And it'll automatically pop up to say, okay, are you trying to do this? Imagine a whole assignment with instructions ready for you. Isn't it totally amazing? It is. But you know what? I think we've spoken enough. It is time for us to go into a demo. However, Mukta ma'am has raised her hand. I'm going to pause to see if there are any questions. Allow you to take a look at these so that when we go there, you're ready to actually take a dip. Mukta ma'am, you may please unmute yourself.
Afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody.
A very good evening, ma'am.
It is very exciting to see all this happening. I just wanted to ask, does it simply work like Chat GPT, the way we use Chat GPT?
Okay, good question.
How is it
Okay,
different than Chat GPT?
very good question. So, in most of the AI sessions that we host, we always asked, why not Chat GPT and why this, right? Why should we come over here? It's a very generic question. Tell me something. When you're looking for information, let's say you're searching on a search engine, let's say you're searching on Microsoft Edge or Bing, and you type a question, there are a number of websites that come. You choose the website to visit and you take in that information. Do you go to every website or do you filter through to see which of these websites have education focused content? Sorry, I'm going to repeat. So when you have a list of websites in front of you, how do you prioritize going into a website? A particular website could tell you about, let's say, photosynthesis, but then there is Britannica. There are other websites that are education focused websites. We always choose education focused website because they will have the language that we speak. They will have the content that is not generic, but content that is grade level appropriate. So therefore, ChatGPT is like an open platform. It's like a basic, generative AI tool. If you want an education focused tool, you have to go to that particular tool. I've always said, and I will repeat myself here, saying that AI tools should be used for a purpose. Don't just waste time searching on open medias. Please go to education focused tools. I hope my response did answer your question. And also
Yes, yes.
because, Mukta ma'am, yeah,
Yeah.
also
It's very
because,
relevant, you mean to say.
yes,
It,
thank you. Number two, you are working in Microsoft Teams. Microsoft has made a huge investment into ChatGPT. So you will over there be able to use ChatGPT 3.5 or Max 4 if you have some access. Here, ChatGPT 4 Turbo plus plus pluses, the latest versions are being used, interwoven with Microsoft tools, which means while you are using these tools, you will have your environment specific content, which means you have a grade level. It'll keep into mind the kind of assignments that you have taken. So the data that it is getting to make your assignments richer in within this tool is much better than going to go to chat gpt to do that, right? Imagine you had to use four tools to come here. Here in one tool itself, you go to Microsoft Teams, you go to your class team, and please note, reading progress is only available in class team. That's one question that we have been asked multiple times. Therefore, I'm going to give you a demo literally from scratch today, making a new class. Yeah. Now, while you do that, within your class team, you will have assignments. And within those assignments, you'll have learning accelerators where this is available. So this tool already, Teams already knows your class. They already know the topics that you cover. They know the reading level of your students because of the kind of data inputs that it has received from your end over a period of time. Yeah. So that's why something as beautiful as this will result. Now, the last thing before I take you on a demo. And this is the best test piece Yet to be released for all. It's on a slow release, but it will come to you. Okay. Using generative AI to create rubrics in assignment. Oh, amazing, isn't it? Well, rubrics are such a useful tool to communicate what are the expectations that you have from your students for the particular assignments. So, to provide an easy and effective way for teachers to grade and to have give specific feedback to students, rubrics play a very important role. However, it's it's actually tedious, time taking, and it's actually a skill to be able to create a detailed rubric. And it takes not only takes a lot of time, you have to be very focused on your learning outcomes. Therefore, while something that time consuming and that because you need to put in a lot of thought and effort, if generative AI can help you there, it is totally amazing. So with Gen AI integrated into assignments now, you just need to enter what you want the rubric to assess. A teacher always knows what they're assessing, right? So assignments will suggest criteria for you and complete the rubric for you. And the most beautiful part, you have the control as the teacher, and you can add more levels or more criteria and let AI fill out a first draft for you. I am yet to come across another tool that could actually help me so beautifully, literally from creation to assessment. So imagine the kind of time that you're going to save on all of this, which you could actually give back to your students and focus on what's most important. And that is looking at personalized learning coming into your classroom in the most authentic way. If you can actually reach out to every student in your class, I don't think any teacher can ask for more than that, right? So I'm going to pause here before I get into a demo. Anyone, if you have any questions, please do ask. Of course, these GIFs look absolutely amazing when you look at them, but I think what's most meaningful is seeing is believing, and of course, doing is actually taking it into action. Yeah. So if anyone has any questions, do let me know. Otherwise, I'm taking you into my Teams and I'm going to show you where it is. Now, this is Microsoft Teams. Everybody is familiar. Over here on the left side, you will see you have Teams available in the bar or the menu on the left. You have Teams available, right? Now, when you are in Teams, if you have a class team like I do have, how do you know whether it's a class team? Over here, you will get these channels that are available by default. Sorry, not channels. These features available by default. Okay, these apps have been lined up for you so that you know this is a class team. A non-class team would look something like this, but this is a PD team. Sorry, this is a class team. I should have more teams to show you. Let me see. Class team. Okay, I mostly do demos. And when I do demos, I create class teams only. Yeah. So while I do that, I'll also show you that the process has changed a little bit. Let me see if this is, yeah, all of these are great. Anywho, when you are to create a new team, on the left side, must make sure that the purple icon that is Teams is highlighted and the rest of them are not. So you will click on Teams. On the right side, you will get this option of join or create a team. If you don't get this, you will get a plus sign over here next to Teams. Okay. Either way, you're going to click on join or create a team. When you click on the plus sign, you will get the option to create a team. Now, see, this has changed a little bit. Therefore, I wanted to give you a demo from templates or from another team. These teams are already there for me, right? I can always create another team from this, especially copy apps, settings, and channels. When you're transitioning into a new year or the next year, your existing team won't be changed, but a copy of that will be made, which means that if I had certain content or certain channels that I know I'm going to have every year, I might as well duplicate them. Or you could even create from a group that is a professional learning group or a core group that I have. I could even add to this team. Now, the first option is that of a template. Do remember to use reading progress, you have to use class team. Therefore, you will click on class. Here, it'll ask you that the teachers are owners. It is telling you that the teachers are owners of the class team and students participate as members. Many of us have doubts if the students can do this as well. No, they can't. Each class team allows you as a teacher to create assignments, quizzes, record students' feedback, and give your students a private space for class notebook. Okay, so there will only be one channel by default, that is the general channel. We are good with that, and you can say use this template. Now you will give your team a name. Remember, we haven't named our team yet. So let's say reading grade 6. I'm going with this. I will say create. And the minute I say create, it will create a team and give me an option to add members. Now, this is a one-time job. You can add all your students and your co-teachers here so that you all can create together. So, for example, right now I don't want to add anybody. So please note that making teachers owners and student members is a great idea. For example, over here, let's say I'm going to add Duita ma'am. Do you see? She's a member. If she's a teacher, I have to turn her into owner. Okay. I'm taking her as a student over here. Therefore, she has been added as a member. Why did I do that? Because I want to give you a demo. Okay. Duita ma'am is going to give us a demo. And Duita, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to switch on your camera. Yeah. So here's your class team. So here is the class team. On the left side, you see your menu. You have to click on this assignments. Many people look on this menu, and over here also you have assignments and insights available. And you try and go over here to see where your assignments are. Please note you should be inside a class team. Then go to assignments, which is your fourth icon. Then over here, you will click on create, the purple icon, and here you have the option of learning accelerators. So once again, on the left side menu, you have assignments. When you click on assignments, which is with inside a class team, you will click on create, then rest your cursor on learning accelerators and you will get reading progress. And voila, here it is. Now, do you see something just appeared? Do you see that center thing? Well, the one in the middle is going to take my interest. But before I go there, just a quick recap. After creating this, you have a sample library. Very quickly, I'll show you. You have from grade K till the secondary level, you have passages available. These are free of cost passages. There are 100 passages almost or more available from ReadWorks. These are Lexile scored, which means if you know what level, what is your students, what reading level are they at, you can quickly just assign. If you don't know, no worries. I'm taking grade 6 today. These many passages are already available. So if I want to start, I will click over here. This is the lowest level in for grade 6, where a student must know how to read this. So I could pick up from here depending on the ability of my child. I can give them this. Now, the first thing I will do is look at for about not more than 500 words. You can preview this. It'll open up over here, giving you the Lexile score, and you can take a look at the passage. If you like it, fantastic, you can take it, or you could preview another one. So let's say I quite like this. You can select it, and here's your creation window. I'm not explaining any further over here, but I will go back. Okay, choose a new passage. Now, another thing. No, before I move on with another thing. Not necessarily should you be an English teacher. You could be teaching French, Hindi, Spanish, German, any language. You could also, sorry, you could also import your own Word or PDF, either from OneDrive, Teams, or Class Notebook as you like it, or simply upload from your device, depending on what you want. Okay. If you want from OneDrive, your passage should be there. And time permitting, I will give you a demo on this. But today, I'm here to give you a demo on this beautiful piece that is waiting over here with a magic wand. Okay. So I've given you both the walkthrough just to both through both the pieces. but I'm going to focus on generating a reading passage. Let's not wait, let's just click. Now, you can generate a reading passage instantly. Select from below to customize. What sort of a teacher I am? I could be teaching anything. Let's say I'm teaching Earth. Okay. I want to teach about Earth. What are the other topics? Animals. Well, for students, please go for animals. If I were to be given a choice, I would love to pick up culture. However, there are many, many topics over here out of which you can choose. These are all ever expanding. So let's take something very simple. It's grade 6. So possibly I could do animals today. Okay. Now, ages. Remember, this is ages. Grade 6 would do it approximately be what? 13 or 14-year-olds? No, 15. Grade 6 would ideally be 6. Okay, 6 plus 4, 10. Okay, approximately, let's say
But
13-year-olds. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, good. 13-year-olds. And what is the length of words? I think they can do about 300 to 400 words. Let me be nice to them. This is very important. You can see over here English in so many countries. You know, it'll be translated into many, passage will be translated, but there are maybe regional differences, passages not in English, United States. Okay, which is fine. Challenging words. The words the class found most difficult will appear after the first reading when Duita has already done one. Now we are ready. Yeah? Okay, let's start generating. I don't have to do anything. Actually, I could actually be filing my nails right now, but no, I'm a very conscious teacher. Therefore, I'm going to look at the passage that has come in. This word seems to be difficult for my students. I'm going to decrease the complexity level now. Okay. Yes, it's a magic wand. So I can actually increase or decrease the complexity level. In fact, that's how you could actually generate passages, same passage for different levels in your classroom. Yeah. So, yes, of course, there is only one that is allowed. Did you like the passage? I think pretty much. I'm going to like this passage first, right? No, not right now. Okay, yeah. I've just given a kind of a short feedback. It's always nice, right? Now you can see over here, these are the words that might be different in your context, might sound offensive, but I'm okay to use this word. If these words I want to change, it has automatically highlighted that you may want to change these words, but I'm okay with it. So I'm going to use this passage. Now, the most beautiful part is I can still edit it. Yeah. For example, these spellings might not be okay for me, and I want to put this spellings not Z but S over here. Or maybe, maybe not even have this sentence that turtles are this and that. These are big words for my students. I will remove this line. Okay. Again, over here, as you can see, this is the cultural difference or, the English difference that we were talking about. And if you want to make it smaller, you may. And you can simply just click on the tick mark to say, okay, you want to see something more? Here's something more magical. This is English India, but over here you have multiple languages. Hindi teachers, hold your breath because here you go. I can change this passage into a Hindi passage as well. It'll take just about a few seconds and this will change into Hindi. So I can change the language. Literally, the same passage can be sent in English and in Hindi, or in German, or in French, or in Spanish, as you like it. Okay. Now, I'm going to edit this and bring it back. Of course, it should have come by now, possibly my internet speed or something, but you can easily change the language over here. Or if it does not recognize your language, sorry, this is that if it doesn't recognize, let's say I've done some Hindi typing here, it doesn't recognize, I can change that language myself as well. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, this is fine. Now I'm going to look at this. Now, reading level. I'm not sure what reading level it is, and you can leave it as it is. If you want, you can actually put a reading level according to yourself as well, but this just helps you track. So I'm not taking anything right now. I know this is nonfiction, so I'm going to turn it into nonfiction so that my students know it as well. Initially, I would say please don't keep a limit. You can keep it unlimited, or you want about up to 10 chances, you can do that. I'm going to keep it unlimited because my students are new to this tool. I don't want them to face a problem. Therefore, allow them to do it as many times as they want. Then gradually start reducing to 10, probably 7, 8, as you like it. Now, here's another one, time limit. How much time do you think they should take to actually read this? The highest time limit is 10 minutes, which is good enough time for students, and you can reduce it gradually. So, when you begin, please try and have 10 minutes. Opt time limit cutoff feature. If the student does not read in the given time, it'll automatically stop. So this is great for timed reading assessments. Let's say you want them to finish reading this within 2 minutes. It'll cut off after 2 minutes. Yeah, beautiful. Sensitivity, you can decide you want it less sensitive or more depending on what you want. Reading coach is built within, which means that the five most challenging words that the students that have been identified for the students, they will be provided support for independent practice. Dutta is going to give you a demo of that. Adding comprehension is beautiful, and I'll just show you. Requires a video. I have to turn this off, so I'm going to turn this off first so that Dutta doesn't face a problem. So here I've turned this off. It's up to you whether you want your students to turn on the video or not. Another one, and the magical one is add comprehension. Oh, it's asking me to add. No, I'm going to use the generate questions option because I don't know what I'm going to do without it. Now that I have it, I'm going to set the number of questions here. I've increased the limit to 5. Well, you have the liberty, you can always do it, right? Otherwise, you would have designed 1 or 2 or max 3 questions. 5 is great. Let's see what comes up. And beautifully, it's going to create this in Microsoft Forms. Yes, this is why I will not go to ChatGPT. I will come over here because my job is done. Now, this is again editable. If you want to edit it, great. Please edit. You want to add more questions, do that. Correct answers is also marked. That's it that I'm looking for. Everything is marked for you. This is going to be graded. Also, it has points. Fantastic. What else could I ask for, right? So I can review this AI generated questions and also let them know if I liked it or I loved it. So I'll just keep submitting this because it's very important that we give them feedback. They're working so hard on this. Yeah. So if you want to add more, you can add more. You want to delete, you can always look over here, copy question, move up or down, or delete as you like it. I'm happy with it. So I'm going to go to next. Hmm. Next, what do I do next? This is a read aloud assignment. Okay. So what are my instructions? All right. Please click on the given passage. Now, do you see generative AI at play? I'm barely writing. It's already telling me, hey, use me. I'm going to give you more learning objectives. I would say, yeah, definitely. Here you go. Generate some learning objectives for me over here. There you go. And I'm going to say, okay, wait. Keep this version. Okay. Um, I'm going to pick this up from here and I can take it here. All right, so I'm simply just going to go ahead and take this here and I'm going to give my students, dear students, I'm just going to write the short forms, otherwise I'll keep typing. Please click on the given passage and read it, keeping the learning objectives given below in mind. Not bad. Teachers love writing. I'm a teacher too, so I love writing. Okay, I love giving my own instructions. I did not need to do that. I could add details literally from here. And I said, add details. It's going to add some details. How to complete. I could have never generated this. You know what? I think I'm going to keep it. I like it. Add steps, probably clarify concepts, emphasize on the key concept. That's nice. I'm going to take this and I'm going to add. So imagine you're spoiled for choice. I would just say keep it. Okay. So here you are spoiled for choice. as to what is it that you need to do to actually meet the learning objectives of this complete task. And if you want to add another sparkle to it, you may go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and say add sparkle. Let's see what it does. I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm just loving what it's doing right now. Okay, I will say keep it. This is the sparkle that it has added, and good luck is something that it had added. Wonderful. Probably I might not remember to say that to my students, but you know what, these little things really really matter. Okay, emphasize on key concepts. Did I take that? Yeah, of course it did, take the key concepts and did emphasize. Now look at that. Do you see how this got highlighted? The students know that, we all know students will not read the whole sentence. They don't have the capability to read everything that is given. Vandana ma'am, just give me a few minutes. They don't have the capability to actually read the whole piece. Therefore, what they're going to do is skim through it. So while they're skimming through it, the only thing that we can do is help them, uh, you know, get the keywords into their focus. So it really, really helps them. Yeah. And now that I've played around a lot with this, I'm going to go ahead. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine too. This is good too. Add a rubric. Hmm. Add a rubric from scratch or use AI. Well, no prizes for guessing that I'm going to use this option. When it gives me an option, why not? Right? Create using AI. Okay, my assignment is read aloud. It's in English. What do you want to evaluate? I want to evaluate fluency. I want to evaluate pronunciation. I want to evaluate, oops, my spellings. Yeah. So pronunciation and probably, what else? Understanding. Yes, of course. Right? That's it. All I need to say is go ahead, do this for me. Criteria. Following instructions, use of digital tools, note taking, self reflection. Probably. Mm, New criteria, or I could actually take following instructions, self-reflection, because this will tell me whether the student has been able to use or not. New criteria, I'm going to again add um, understanding or comprehension, actually. Comprehension. Another criteria, fluency. Here you go. Okay, create. Now let's see what comes, and then I can always add more, right? Here you go. I am super excited to see what comes up. Now, I could always change these. This is all in my hand. I don't need to write these words over here. Okay. And there you go. Okay, something went wrong with the rubric. Come on. Modify the rubric using AI. Okay, just do what you want to do. Let's see what happens. This can't happen. This is my demo. Okay, wait, that's technology for us. I know you don't mind it, right? Additionally, you could even add points over here. Now, I will let this happen, and only then will I click on add points because that will help me. Okay, somewhere something is wrong. I will modify English language. Okay, concise. Okay, update rubric. Let's see if something happens. Otherwise, I'll leave the rubric. You've at least seen how it happens. It may or may not work right. There you go. See, I had done something wrong. I'll also add points. Do you see that? The points get added. I can change these percentages if I want. If I want comprehension more, to be given more weightage, I could do that. Fluency is there. I think I'm pretty happy. But if you would like this to be 75, probably 65%, and you can actually take away a bit from here. So I'm sorry, I lost my math there. Um, Probably 5, 5. That's fine, right? I don't want to pay much of attention over here, and I want to pay more attention here. Now, the good thing is that I could actually have brought this here. Yes, I can drag and drop, right? So I'm simply just dragging and dropping. Now this looks more like a rubric to me. Okay, attach. This is fantastic. Now look, my assignment is ready. Dvita, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
So reflect check-in is also something that I want to know how Duita felt about this assignment. I felt amazing. So I'm going to assign this right now and it should have gone to Duita. Duita, feel free to share your screen as soon as you're ready. Till then, let me show you that once the assignment is ready, my students will, it'll show me over here that the student hasn't turned in, but the minute Duita will click on it, it'll show me that this assignment is something that they've already looked at and they must be attempting. Okay. So viewed or turned in is going to come in. So I'm going to go back, click over here again. Duita is still trying to see. Okay, fine. I'm going to wait. Duita, it's all yours.
Yeah, sure. I'm just going to share my screen.
Sure. It's still loading. So
Okay, that's
yeah,
the wrong screen actually. And
no worries. So Vandana ma'am, till then I will allow your mic. You can go ahead and ask your question if you'd like to.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening.
Ma'am, actually, I'm already doing this comprehension passage and reading thing with my students, but I think I have some difficulty adding rubrics. So,
No problem.
rubrics, do we have to add it manually, or to be lucky enough, can we have some templates ready-made?
So you'll have to add the criteria. Moving
Okay,
forward, maybe these things come in, but currently, right, you'll have to give it some criteria as to what is it that you're trying to assess by
okay,
giving this as an assignment.
okay. And
All
what do
right.
these three dots on the left side say? Instructions.
Um,
Where
which
you
ones?
entered instructions, no? On the left hand side, below this pencil, we have three dots, three
Okay.
lines with three dots.
Okay. What I'm going to do is after Dvita ma'am has given you a demo, I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and answer your query by looking at which one are you talking about. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's
Thank you, ma'am.
wonderful to see that you're asking questions. Please do ask.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
so here I am in my class of grade 6, and my teacher has given me an assignment. The due date is May 15th, read aloud, and this checkbox says view assignment. The moment I click on it, I'll be able to see the assignment. So here we are. It's 100 points possible. Read aloud, reading and understanding the given passage. Instructions are given to me. The learning objectives are crisp and clear. How to complete the assignment? Systematic stepwise flow is given to me. And most importantly, as a student, what I need is the good luck. And that's that assignment labeled as turtles. I have not turned in because I have not done only as yet. So the moment I've completed, then only I'm going to hit the tab which says turn in. So let's click on the assignment. I'm going to switch off the video, and this is the testing mic that is there. The moment I feel that I'm ready, I'm going to click on start. The timeline given to me to read this particular passage is 10 minutes. Turtle belong to a re remarkable group of reptiles characterized by unique shell made predominant of bone and covered with scales. They can found in diverse location, such continent, island, and ocean. This fascinating group of reptile has different species, including tortoise and that live either fresh water or on land. Turtle are ectothermic animals that are also known cold-blooded. This means their body temperature changes with their environment. They typically feed on plants and animals that are slow moving. Sea turtles are exceptional in that they migrate long distance to lay their egg on a specific beach. Turtle have appeared in myths and folktale across the world and are a popular choice for pets. Unfortunately, turtles are hunted for meat, shell for traditional medicine, habitat destruction, and hunting have caused many turtles species to become threat with extinctions, emphasizing the need to protect these animals and their habitat. The turtle shell is a unique feature among vertebrate that serve to protect the animal and provide shelter from the elements. It is made up of several bones and consists of two main parts, the domed car space and the flatter ventral plastron. These two parts are connected by lateral extension of plastron. Turtle shell are covered in protective scale called scuts that are made of keratin, the same substance that makes up hair and fingernails. Typically, a turtle has 38 scuts on the car space and 16 on the plastron, giving them a total of 54. In summary, turtle are a fascinating group of reptile with unique characteristic such as their special cell and omnivorous diet. However, the hunting and habitat destruction of turtle have threatened many species and extinction. Protecting these animals and their habitat is crucial to ensure a sustainable environment for future generations. And I am done. So if I'm satisfied, I can use this recording. If not, I can try again and record once again. For the timing, I'm going to use this recording.
Yeah, seriously. A round of applause for actually having read the whole passage. If I were the student, I would have left it midway. Such a long passage. I mean, honestly, I gave a wrong one. That's my reflection. However, let's take a look at this. Toita got the comprehension questions. Now is a test that while she was reading, was she really skimming through the text or did she really understand the text while reading? Tough fun, Toita?
Yes.
It happens to the best of us, you know. There you go. She will immediately get a result of how many were correct. Yeah. So the good thing, just scroll down over here, Duita. Yeah. So you can view the results from over here as to what is correct and what is not, so that at least you know the correct answer. Please go ahead. And you will see which all were correct. Not bad, Duita. Not bad at all, I must say. Yeah. So these were the keywords that should have been included. Now she will go to reading coach to practice her words. These are the first five or the five words which the system felt she's not pronounced correctly. Therefore, she will practice. Now, the most beautiful part is there are three icons under migrate. First is she can hear it back. Second is she can split it and it'll actually stretch the word and syllabificate it. With syllabification, your pronunciation becomes much better. And to help understand, there is also a picture dictionary that is built in, which can help you comprehend the whole piece. It is absolutely lovable. Yeah, go ahead, Duita.
Migrate.
Look, it did not accept because the word was not pronounced creatively or correctly. Okay, now she's gonna hear this back and then try again.
Migrate.
There you go. She got a star, which means she's done a good job there. Similarly, she can go to other words as well. Now, that's a big word. So let's just go back. Okay, any word that you want. Yeah, just one back, one more back, please. Thank you. That's a big word for a student to handle, right? Now, once it's broken like this, and you have, broken it into syllables, you will be able to read this better. Characterized. So simple. Char is something you might say. Okay. Now we're going to hear the word. And do you see that the picture dictionary is grayed out? Not for every word will you have an image. You can't have an image for this, right? This is a verb. Go ahead, please.
Characterized.
There you go. So that's how students practice. And, let's say Dovita's done and she'll click on close. In the interest of time, we're going to do that. And because you've also understood, and, my student has read, this will give you a warning that you've only done 2 out of 5. Are you sure you want to close it? And I'm sure the student's going to say, of course, I have to go to the park and play. Just close this and I have to go. So, yes, here you go. Now, take a look at it. Now, let's say Duita is not happy with it. She doesn't need to turn it in. Or Duita goes back to the parent to say, I'm not sure if I'm happy. So she can either go back or turn it in. Can you turn it in, please, Duita? Now, when you turn in, over here, it's going to ask you for your satisfaction level. How are you feeling about this assignment, Duita? Hmm. I'm good. Thank you. Now, what do you mean by good? You just can't say good and get away with it. There are more words for describing your goodness. So go ahead and tell us, are you feeling confident, comfortable, cheerful, creative, energized, curious, anything that you feel like? Happy. Yes, that's one of the most chosen words for students. Enjoy yourself, feeling content. Yeah. And you have that, speaker over here. You can't hear it right now, but she can hear what is written to this little emotion monster. Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. And submit it and close it. Now, I want you to see one thing. Please see that she still has the undo turn in option because her due date is still not come up. Okay, so she can redo this assignment. Sometimes, students go and tell the parents later on that this is what happened and I'm not very happy with it. So this student can actually go back and look at the assignment. Now let's take a look at what's happened here. Now, when I click on Duhita, that is all the job done in life. Look at this assignment that has already been marked for me as a teacher. These are analytics ready for me. I can hear back Duhita's passage, what she read, but here is the resultant of what was read. There are 25 mispronunciations. You and I know that was deliberate. No offense to anybody. There were 18 omissions. She did not even read those words. There were 13 insertions, one repetition. And of the 5 words, did she really practice? However, her accuracy rate was 82%. 87 words per minute were read correctly. So I, as a teacher, I'm going to listen to this passage and check how many words did she complete. There you go. There is no escape. The teacher can actually view how many words were read. So this, how many attempts were made and how many successful attempts were made. So here the attempt was partially correct and there were 2 attempts that were made on this word. The child did spend, and did they use any of the tools that were given? Everything is visible to you as a teacher. All right. Now, this was accuracy. You can even take a look at expression. Yes, bet this is new for you. Okay. Look at that. Did you really stop at the periods or the stops, full stops or question marks? Or was it a rushed reading? Do you see it has marked that from here to here? It was a rushed reading. She just breezed through. And then there were extended pauses. Some places she paused a little too much. It's giving you everything over here. Was she mindful of the exclamation mark? Read in monotone voice, expressions. Yeah, seriously. I mean, look at the kind of claps that we are getting today. It's amazing. You can even go ahead and click on noise suppression and then ask it to check if you feel the report is not right. You can even return this report to the student. Edit this. Give the student full report just once or For all the assignments, it's up to you. Expressions report is not customizable. Okay. So you can even save this, that this report will go to the student. The third feedback is that on comprehension. What more could I ask for? Right? I've seen the score. Sometimes I feel that, if the answer wasn't correct, remember, this is AI. You must review what has been marked. Maybe this answer is not correct and you want to mark it correct, and you have that ability to do that. Or you want to share an explanation with the student to say, or give a feedback to say, hey, I think you missed out on this particular detail, therefore, you got this question wrong. The whole piece of assessment, the whole game changes when your assessment has authentic feedback about what is happening and where are we going wrong, isn't it? Now, Duhita's review is, or reflect check-in was happy. I'm very happy to see, and I can see a trend whether my students are happy about this or not. As other students given their feedback over here, I will be able to see those most popular words, how students are feeling about this assignment. Yeah. You want to take action in student view, you could do that. You can use the read aloud rubric here itself. And let's say I want to give her some points. Let's say fluency was fair. I'm going to go with comprehension. I would say, chalo, good. Let me be nice to her. Following instructions. Yeah, I think she did that. And even self reflection. Yeah, definitely she did that. I'll give her a 4 over there. Minute I click done, what this will do is it'll mark this assignment for me. This is too much of magic happening, isn't it? Well, so much of your burden gone. And over here, you can actually say something that you really want to say to your student, give a feedback, a meaningful feedback where you feel that, the student needs to work on mispronunciations. So you could give a feedback like, you've done a wonderful job, and I shall be sharing challenging words with you for practice. Since practice makes a man perfect, right? So something like that. I've just thought of something off my mind and I've just written, but you could actually write a very authentic feedback and simply just hit return. Now, the minute I hit return, this will go to Duhita. As a student, she will be able to see over here what is it that how has teacher responded to my assignment. Yeah. So I'm going to close this. Okay, I'm going to go back over here, view my assignment again, and show you if I have anything else to show you. Here you go. Your assignment is ready, and you have already returned this assignment. You have already graded it. Your job is done. And you could give us a big round of applause on that. So I'm going to pause here and I'm going to take the questions that you might have. Yeah, absolutely amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Please go ahead and ask us any questions that you might have. Yes, that uproar is really needed, a huge roar. And of course, you all know this we have already covered that this summer you can actually think about giving students assignments, not only using the team's built-in reading progress, which is powered by generative AI, but also on coach.microsoft.com you will find this available to you. I'm going to share that link as well in the chat window so that you can try that also. In case you don't want to give within your teams, you could even use coach.microsoft.com, log in with any Microsoft ID and use it. Really good for primary students. You know what? I would say extend it to senior students as well. Their comprehension will improve, and the minute their comprehension improves, you will see a different type of a different type of confidence in answering the questions independently as they handle it during exams. Yeah. I've also given you a track to complete. That's a Reading Coach Microsoft Learn course. The link is given in the chat window. I urge you to kindly do visit that. It's extremely important. And today we sit on a wonderful and a beautiful day because today we have launched our AI in Teaching Learning Summer Summit. Yes, it has been launched today. A huge round of applause, please, because mark your calendars from 13th to 15th of June. We are launching, we are hosting Summer Summit. Thank you for such a beautiful role. So Summer Summit is 13th to 15th of June. Duita, I'll request you to please share the link in the chat window. And please feel free to register, join us. Many more things like the ones that we have spoken about today. And I would love to see, thank you so much for all the congratulatory messages that you're giving us. So kind of you. I would love to meet all of you during that, session and talk more about AI in education. It's the need of the hour. We all know that, and I would love to, hear more from you and give back more to you. I'm going to pause here because I saw there were some hands raised, and if you want to share any thoughts or have any questions, please go ahead and ask us. Sunita ma'am, you've raised your hand. Please go ahead. Duita ma'am, you'll have to allow her to unmute herself, please.
Sunita ma'am, please go ahead and unmute.
Anyone else? There were others who were raising their hands. Please go ahead, ask us. Any questions? Any thoughts?
Anjali ma'am, if you can unmute.
Hi,
Good evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Manakshi.
Sunita this side.
Very good evening, ma'am. Please go ahead.
हाँ जी मैम एक्चुअली आई वांट टू नो कि जैसे वी आर डूइंग आजकल तो हम स्कूल में सब काम करते हैं राइट स्टडीज
Mhm.
तो हाउ कैन वी मतलब हम इसका रीडिंग असेसमेंट्स को किस तरह से ऑनलाइन ले ऑफलाइन ले सकते हैं कैन यू
वेरी
सजेस्ट
गुड, हाँ, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन सुनीता मैम। देखिए, दो तरीके से आई एम गोइंग टू स्पीक इन हिंदी नाउ फॉर
या
बेनिफिट ऑफ ऑल। आई एम जस्ट लेटिंग यू नो। सो
या
क्या होता है कि आप दो तरीके से कीजिए। एक तो ये कि आप क्लास में ला सकते हैं इसको, या आप इसको होमवर्क में भेज सकते हैं। अ गुड वे टू डू दिस विल बी, बच्चे इन एनी केस जाकर घर में डिवाइस तो यूज करते ही करते हैं, राइट?
हाँ
कि
जी यस
जब वो कर ही रहे हैं तो इट इज बेटर कि वो हमारा काम के लिए कुछ यूज कर ले। ठीक है,
ठीक है हाँ
उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, हम उनको घर में भेज देते हैं ये। ठीक है,
राइट
तो आप क्या कीजिए, हम मैं क्या सजेस्ट करती हूँ, हर वीकेंड आप अपने बच्चों को एक होमवर्क तो देते ही हैं,
जी
उसमें आप ये वाला होमवर्क दीजिए सो दैट बच्चे इसको पढ़ सकें घर में अपनी टाइम पर। ठीक है।
हाँ थैंक यू
दूसरी
सो मच
चीज
थैंक यू सो
दूसरी
मच
चीज मोस्ट
या
वेलकम।
थैंक यू
दूसरी चीज, अगर आप क्लास में करना चाहते हो, मेनी ऑफ आवर टीचर्स डू दैट, दे ब्लॉक देयर टाइम अपनी कंप्यूटर लैब्स में ये असाइनमेंट करवाने के लिए, जो आपका डियर टाइम बोला जाता है, आप उसमें करवा लें।
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
मोस्ट वेलकम, मोस्ट वेलकम। अंजलि मैम, डू यू हैव अ क्वेश्चन देयर?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Good evening,
Yes,
Miss
please।
Manakshi.
Sorry.
Very
Yeah,
good
Anjali
evening।
here. I met you in Mumbai earlier. Right now,
Yes,
also,
of course।
yeah, I'm in Delhi. So that day also, I asked you about this only, the same thing. So my question was that day, like we are having Google account, we don't have Microsoft.
Hmm.
Will we be able to use this reading coach?
No, ma'am, you will need a Microsoft account. Microsoft
Okay,
A1 licenses are available free of cost. You can create those
okay,
accounts. We can guide you on that. You can connect with Duita, and Duita, we can drop our email ID in the chat window, please. And we'll be happy to,
Sure.
help you get on board on that. If not, if only one or two teachers or parents need to use, you can simply go to coach.microsoft.com, create an Outlook account, and start using. So you can either go organization wide or you can go personalized.
For organization, I'm thinking. So
Yeah,
it could
absolutely.
help me with
Sure.
that.
Absolutely. We'll be more than happy to be of help. Yeah, and
Okay,
good
no
to
problem.
see you here, Anjali. It's absolutely wonderful. Thank you for
Same
coming.
here, same here. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you so
coming.
much. Yeah.
Most welcome. Yeah. Winnie ma'am, you have a question.
Hi, ma'am. I'm very sorry, Shivam India. So my first question is, do we have any game-based learning in this app?
Sorry, आपकी आवाज मैम क्लियर नहीं है.
Ma'am, am I audible right now?
Yes, you are.
Ma'am, I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Please repeat your question.
Yes, ma'am. I'm asking, is there any game-based learning in this app itself?
Game-based learning, not in this. Minecraft is a game-based learning platform from Microsoft. And Duhita, if you can drop the link to minecraft.education.minecraft.com in the chat window, Winnie ma'am will be able to take that.
Okay, thanks.
Most welcome. Sheetal ma'am, you have a question?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Very good afternoon.
Ma'am, it's a really good feature. Please share the recording so that I can try it. Having the recording will be helpful in case I forget any step.
Surely. Sheetal ma'am, I'll request you to drop in a mail at our email ID. Additionally, these recordings are available on our Instagram page. This is our Instagram page, where you can access. All the recordings of all the sessions that we do are available over here. And please feel free to go ahead and follow so that you know what's coming up. Yeah,
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
most welcome. Anyone else?
Ma'am, do we have attendance link of today's session, ma'am?
Attendance is marked by default. This is Microsoft's tool, so we
Okay.
don't need to have attendance separately.
Okay. Ma'am, will we get the certificate for the upcoming sessions?
Currently, we are not getting any certificates because today what we completed was a module. Therefore,
Okay,
I
ma'am.
gave you the link to the module. What you
Okay,
can
ma'am.
do is go to Microsoft Learn, complete that module, and you will get your certificate.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
may I know the details of those sessions, ma'am?
Uh, which sessions? Oh, you're talking about the module. It's a self-paced platform. Over here, we have given in the chat window. I'll post it once again
Okay,
so
ma'am.
that you have it handy. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
most
Thank you,
welcome.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am,
please.
where we create the assignments, like
Mm-hmm.
there we have attach, new, and one feature is apps.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about it in our upcoming sessions?
Good.
Because there are,
Thank
I
you,
can see
Vandana
many,
ma'am.
many options in that,
Yeah,
like
certainly, Vandana.
Flipgrid and all that.
Certainly. What I'm going to do is in our June training sessions, one of the sessions will be dedicated to apps within Microsoft Teams. Is that
Thank
good?
you so much, ma'am. It would be
Most
helpful.
welcome.
Yes.
I'm
Thank you
very
so much.
happy that you're asking for something because we always request that please tell us what topics do you want to
Because,
hear about,
ma'am,
and
actually,
we'll
I'm
be happy
already
to bring you.
using this with my students, so these
Awesome.
features I am confused about, so I want to know more about them.
No problem. Next time. Next
Thank
time.
you so much.
Most
Wonderful
welcome.
session.
Most
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you.
Miss Meenakshi, it is always delightful to, to just hear you. You explain
Mhm.
so well.
It's my pleasure completely. Thank you, and a privilege to meet you all here.
Same here. I hope that you will be posting the summit, June summit details on the group.
Yes. So I've already given the PDF. It has all the details. The PDF
Yeah.
has been shared. The link to the PDF has been shared
On the group you are saying?
over here itself in the
Okay.
chat window. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yes, in the group in the days to come, you will see that we are sharing all of these links and assets so that you can attend.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Most welcome. Any other question if anyone has?
Ma'am, can you repeat how to get the certification?
Yeah, so I have just given a link in the chat window. It is the AKAMS, aka.ms link. Please just follow that. It's aka.ms slash reading coach course. Okay, it's very simple. I'm going to post it once again. Please complete this course and you will get a certificate. Anyone else? Any other question?
Ma'am, I am not able to find out chat.
Okay.
Something
So,
is wrong actually.
um, okay, just give me a minute. I'm going to flash it here on the screen.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
can you note it? It is aka.ms. Let me just flash it on the screen. Hold on, please.
We are not finding the modulo over there, ma'am.
It is available. I have actually just picked up the link from there only. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. It is right here in front of you.
Take the payment. Ma'am, this is Rashmi. Do we have to make the payment? Because when I'm entering all the details, it's asking for payments.
Ma'am, everything is mentioned over there. The June Summer Summit that we are hosting, yes, that is at cost. If you're talking about
No, but
that.
ma'am, today's session.
No, no, no. Today's session is not at cost.
No, ma'am, can you send me
It
the
is free
link?
of cost. What link are you looking for,
Ma'am,
ma'am?
ma'am, to submit the feedback.
Oh, there is no feedback link for today. You may please leave it in the chat window.
And ma'am, for the certificate.
Certificate, I've put the link over here. This AKA, it's on your screen right now, aka.ms slash reading coach course.
Ma'am, I'm not able to see.
Not even the screen?
Screen that thank you, I can see.
Yeah, under
Instagram.
thank you, do you see over here aka.ms slash reading coach course?
No, ma'am.
I'm so sorry, but I think you are in, your network is not very
I can
strong
see.
right now.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
AK,
building reading fluency with the reading coach, ma'am. That
Yeah.
page was.
Yes, correct. So that's
And
exactly where you're supposed to go.
okay, ma'am. Then where can I click, ma'am, again to complete the modulo?
So this is what you would have received. Yeah,
Ye-
building reading fluency with reading coach. Yeah,
yes,
so
ma'am.
over here, start the course over here.
Okay, shall I click the start button?
Yes, when you click the start button, this is what you're supposed to read and move ahead to learn more.
Okay.
All right.
Get started with the reading coach and we have to click it again under continue.
Correct. You keep continuing over here, read everything that you have. See,
Mm,
it's with images, they have explained you everything here and
okay.
with videos as well. Okay. And
Yeah,
these are the
ma'am.
links of how to access it. How to start using, you have to go over here.
Mm.
Okay.
So I'm able to see a picture of reading coach. Then below that personalized target practice inclusive by design responsible AI.
Yeah. Just scroll through, please, and you will be able to find how to, go ahead and use this whole portal. Microsoft Learn is a portal where every time you complete the course, you get a certificate and a badge for that completion. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we've come to the end of the session. So thank you so very much for joining us here. Absolutely loved, sharing all of this with you. We enjoyed it, and we really sincerely hope you enjoyed it too with us. And thank you, Duita, for your partnership, and thank you for being my student today.
Welcome. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.